Welcome to day 12 of Cultivate Patience, Introduction to Ashtanga. Today we work on, we add into the sequence Prasarita Padottanasana. There are 4 versions: a wide-legged forward fold. It might be more accessible than the Padangusthasana forward fold, so we'll see. So come to stand at the top of your mat, maybe have some blocks, and if you like to use a strap, you can grab that as well. Find your equal standing pose and bring your hands to prayer. Maybe soften your gaze. Just notice what is, how you feel today. Take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out, exhale. One more like that. Big breath in and sigh it out. And then maybe come into your yogic breath. As you set an intention, or go through the opening mantra on your own. I will seal that in with the sound of Om. Inhale. Om. Exhale, release. Hands by your sides. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. You could soften your knees and place your hands on your blocks. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, step back to a plank. Lower to your belly or chaturanga. Inhale into cobra with your thighs down or up dog. Exhale, down dog. You can pedal out your heels, you can shake your head. Finding lots of space around your neck and widening your sitting bones. One more breath here. And then look forward to your hands and step forward. Take a half lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, pulling your belly in. Exhale, hands by your side. That was 1. 2 more. Inhale, arms up. Padahastasana. Exhale, hinge forward right at that hip crease. Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, lengthen, Uttanasana. Exhale, step or hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana, or go to your belly. Take a low cobra or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Listening to your body, remembering all the variations that we've gone through in the days. For sun salutations, you can skip the whole plank series and go right to down dog or child's pose. You take chaturanga on your knees. One more breath here.
Look forward to your hands and step, or maybe hop forward this time and take a half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastitihi. All right, one more. Inhale, 1. Exhale, 2. Inhale, 3, lengthen. Exhale, 4, chaturanga. Inhale, 5, up dog. Exhale, 6, down dog. 5 breaths. You can always take down dog on your forearms here. Look forward, step or hop forward. 7, half lift. 8, fold. 9, inhale, rise up. And back to Samastitihi, your equal standing pose. Surya Namaskar B. Bend your knees, arms up, chair pose. Weight in your heels. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Or whatever you need here. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot steps forward. Pivot your back heel down. Rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands to the mat and flow. Or skip it. Left foot steps forward, rise up, warrior 1, left knee over ankle. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths. Spiraling your inner thighs back behind you, internal rotation at your hip. Lifting up through your pelvic floor muscles. Lengthening that whole spine. External rotation at your shoulders. And then look forward, step or hop forward. Take a half lift and fold. Bend your knees, arms up, chair pose. Stand tall, Samastitihi. 1 more. Inhale, arms up, chair pose. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, chaturanga. Landing with bent elbows if you're jumping or floating back. Exhale, down dog. Right foot steps forward, rise up, warrior 1. Hands together or shoulder distance, or keep them in prayer. Flow down, moving with your breath. You don't have to go at my pace. Left foot steps forward when you're ready, rise up. Exhale, hands down. And vinyasa. Gazing at your navel or in between your legs, your drishti. One more breath. Look forward, step or hop forward. Take a half lift and fold. Bend your knees, arms up, chair pose. Stand tall, Samastitihi. All right, hop your feet 6 inches apart, 2 fists or whatever you need here for your body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge at that hip crease and fold. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Your thumb is a bottle cap. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Retracting your shoulder blades, reaching your elbows to both sides of the room. As you lift up through your kneecaps and your sitting bones, feeling a nice gentle stretch in the back of your legs. You can always grab onto your ankles instead. And then inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, slide your hands underneath your feet, toes touch your wrists. Inhale and exhale, fold. Padahastasana. If this is too much, you can repeat the last posture. Just trying to find your forward fold. Feeling that crease at the hip. Maybe leaning a little bit more into the balls of your feet. And then inhale, half lift, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up, nice and slow. And then step or hop your feet together, back to Samastitihi. Triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. Step your right foot back. Turn that right leg, heel to arch alignment. Maybe grab a block if you would like to use one. Stretch your arms out, bump your left hip to the back, reach, 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 and hinge. So you can grab your big toe, you can hold on to your shin, your thigh. Your left arm can reach straight up, or take it to your hip instead. Lengthen through both sides of the waist. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. And then press into your feet. Inhale, rise up, arms active. Pivot your right foot in. Your left foot now goes to the back. Bump that right hip to the back. Reach as far forward as you can. And then hinge. So maybe you're grabbing the big toe with the yogi toe lock. Maybe you're just resting your hand on your leg. You're trying to find that length in the side body. Reach the crown of your head away from your pelvis. And maybe looking up at your thumb if that's possible for your neck. And then inhale, rise back up, arms active. Pivot your left foot again. Turn your right leg all the way out, coming into the revolved version. So maybe adjusting your feet a little bit for more space. Bump your right hip to the back. Reach, reach, reach with your left hand as you're hinging at your hips. And then you could take that left hand on the inside of the foot, pressing into something or the mat, and reaching your right arm up, twisting from above the navel, or maybe on the pinky side edge of the foot. Finding your balance here. Feeling that big stretch in your legs. Not compromising your breath. And then inhale, press into your feet, rise back up. Let's go to the left. Left foot, knee, and hip all face
the front of your mat. Your back foot is angled in slightly. I like to take my left hand to my left hip, lean forward, finding that length in my spine as I hinge at my hip, and then take my right hand either to the inside of that front foot, spiraling my torso, keeping my left hand on my hip or lifting it up, or maybe taking my hand to the outside, pinky side edge of your foot. You're leveling your hips, taking slow and steady breath. One more breath here. And then inhale, rise up, parallel the feet, extend the arms, step or hop your feet together, being careful of your blocks or whatever you have on your mat, and step back to the front of your mat, Samasthiti. I like for the revolved version of the postures especially to press my hand down into something, the floor, a block if you have one, or heavy book. It helps when you press down to reach and lift up. All right, we're going to work on the side angle series now, Utthita Parsvakonasana. So step your right foot back again, a little bit wider this time. Turn that right leg out, bend your right knee so it's over your ankle, pressing firmly into the pinky side edge of my back foot. So I'm opening now through the hip, a little bit different with my knee bent. Stretch your arms out to the side, and then you're going to tip, taking that right forearm to the right thigh, stretching your left arm up, or maybe you're going to take your hand down on the outside of your foot and take that arm in a big sweep over your ear. So your armpit is going towards your face. External rotation of your upper arm bone, just like in down dog. Spiraling your ribs up to the ceiling. You can always come up higher to accomplish that. And press into your feet. Inhale, rise back up and to the left. Heel to arch alignment, bending that left knee, tipping your pelvis, maybe just keeping your right arm up, sweeping it over your ear, or taking your hand down, drawing that left sitting bone underneath you, feeling that big stretch from the pinkies side edge of your back foot all the way to your fingers. As your ribs rotate up towards the ceiling, one more breath. And then inhale, rise up. Turn your feet so that you're again facing the back of your mat. Maybe adjusting your distance between your feet a little bit more. We're coming into that revolved side angle pose that we worked on yesterday. So you can take your hands to your prayer hands, lean forward, keeping the back heel down and twist from there. You can come into a high lunge and twist. We reviewed all of this yesterday, or you can drop your back knee and twist like that, or split your hands, taking your left hand to the mat or to a block, drawing that right hip crease back, staying here, spiraling your torso, reaching your arms straight up, or traditionally over your head, that external rotation. You can always lift your back knee up when you have the balance. But really feel this twist. If this is not possible, you can repeat the last posture, or just take an open twist, or a lizard lunge, which I talked about yesterday. And then inhale, unwind, rise back up, taking your time if you need to go to the other side. Bend that left knee now. Adjusting your stance. I like to take my left hand to my left hip, so just spiral my torso, keeping my hips square, spiraling this way. You can take your right hand directly to the block or the mat. You can lower your knee down, split your hands. You can keep your hands in prayer. See where you want to take it on this side. Not compromising the breath. Trying to keep that left knee over your ankle. And gazing up towards your hand if that's comfortable, or down for more balance. And then on your inhale, start to unwind, rise back up if you are down. Parallel the feet, extend the arms. And step or hop the feet together, back to the front of your mat, back to your Samastitihi. Feeling all that energy within your body. All right, the new posture for today, Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. So again, start with the right leg. Step it back so that your legs are wide and your feet are parallel or a little bit pigeon-toed. And take your hands out to the sides. So depending on your proportions, you might want to adjust your feet as we go. You'll have to see what feels good. And if you want to use blocks, have those handy. So you inhale here. Exhale, take your hands to your hips. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, hinge forward at your hips. So I'm going to turn around to see you. So you can start off just staying halfway, maybe taking your hands on blocks. This might be enough. Lifting up through your kneecaps, feeling that hinge at your hips, kind of like Padangusthasana, but your legs are much wider. For my pregnant friends, when I teach pregnant classes, I take the blocks, I have them take blocks out in front, so it's like a down dog with wide legs, and this can feel really nice for any low back problems. But the traditional version of this posture is to take your hands in between your feet, like chaturanga arms, and then you inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Bringing your elbows in towards the midline. Lengthening your neck, reaching your sitting bones up. Your head towards the floor. But depending on your body, that might not be possible. You really want to pull in your belly. Lengthen your spine. And feel this fold coming from the hips as you strengthen through your legs. If you're close, you can take a block or something underneath your head. And then inhale, half lift, look up in whatever version you were doing. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Now we were down for 5 breaths, so we're going to come up nice and slow, not to get a head rush. And exhale out your breath. And you're going to inhale, straighten your arms. This is B. Exhale, take your hands to your hips. They're going to stay at your hips if possible, hugging your elbows back behind you. Inhale, lengthen, finding that space in your spine. And then exhale, hinge forward again. So ideally, you're reaching as far forward as you did with your hands on the mat. But this isn't always possible. This might feel like more of a balance challenge to you without you being able to touch the floor with your hands. And of course, listen to your body if you need to place your hands down. You can always bend your knees in these forward folds as well.
if that feels more possible for your body. You want to lift up through your inner arches, that inner thigh, all the way up to the hip. And then inhale, rise up, come nice and slow, keeping your gaze going as you lift up. And exhale out your breath. Okay, C position, you might have seen in another class before. Inhale, reach your arms out to the side. Exhale, take your hands behind your back and clasp your hands, palms towards one another. If this isn't possible for your shoulders, you can hook your thumbs. You can grab your strap or pretend you have a strap in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hinge forward again at that hip crease. Reaching your arms up and away from you. Feeling a gentle stretch in the shoulders. Eventually your hands may land on the floor in front of you. Maybe. What's nice about this version of the posture is it really helps to open up through the shoulders, which we'll need for some of the seated work to come in the sequence. One more breath here. And then inhale, slowly come up. And exhale, take your hands to your hips. We're not going to stretch our arms out this time. Last time, D. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward right at their hip crease. When you get there, take yogi toe grip. Just like you do for Padangusthasana with your thumbs as a bottle cap. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, hinge forward, reaching your elbows to both sides of the room and keeping your wrists in line with your elbows. Still retracting your shoulders. Gently lifting up through the big toe, all that inner line of your legs. As you lift up through the sitting bones. If this isn't possible, you can take your hands to your ankles instead, or take your hands to the floor or behind you or in front. And then inhale, half lift, look up. Exhale, take your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up nice and slow. And then step or hop your feet together and come to your front of your mat. I'm going to stay here for a moment. Samastitihi. All right, so that was the new posture for today, the 4 versions, A, B, C, and D. And you might notice more of a stretch in the back body as you're lengthening and stretching, strengthening your spine. Any of those could be interchanged with each other, listening to your body, especially if you have any kind of conditions where you have if you're pregnant and you have acid reflux or something, you would only want to stay in like a half lift position and not place your head down towards the floor. You can always omit the B version with your hands on your hips if it's too much for your balance. But I wanted you to see all the versions. It never matters whether you achieve the posture or not. It's this connection with our breath. This moving energy within our body. So from here, we're going to flow down to the floor. Tomorrow, we're going to continue from there with Parsvakonasana, which is pyramid pose. All right, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward at your hips. Maybe it's even easier now. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, step back, down dog. Or go through your vinyasa. And just notice if you can see a difference in the space in your body, in the state of your mind. And then look forward to your hands. We get a step or come through our arms, if possible, maybe widening the distance in between your hands, taking your hands to the edges of your mat. Look forward. You want to see where you're going and start to come forward. Little tiny steps. Crossing your ankles, I like to do, but you don't have to. Just slide your body through, pressing into your hands, keeping your butt up for a moment maybe, and then lowering down. We're going to lie down on our back for a short shavasana. We worked really hard today, letting all the work incorporate into our body. If you prefer to stay in a seated meditation or take any final postures, if you're near a wall, maybe lifting your legs straight up. Even if you're not by a wall, you can lift your legs up. Just letting yourself go. Stay here as long as you'd like. You could press pause. If you're ready to come back, invite small movement into your hands and feet. Maybe reaching your arms over your head and taking a big full body stretch, flexing and pointing your ankles. And then hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a warm hug. And roll to one side, taking a moment of pause to notice how you feel. The standing forward folds like Padangusthasana, the ones we did today, and down dog, are also known to help for headaches. I'm a headache sufferer. But they don't always work, so just take that and see if it works if you get a headache. It helps prepare your body, the new postures we did today, for what's to come in the sequence. This feeling of being upside down for when we get to headstand. Not that you have to do it, you just stay with the prep. When you're ready, gently press yourself up to a seat. What I love about Ashtanga is that it's challenging and it's building from the sun salutations to the standing sequence, to the balance that we'll do, to all the seated work to come, which is really my favorite. I love all the binds, you'll see. But just being patient with your body, with the process. You might not be able to do the 30 minutes that we did today,
It might have been too much. You might have had to take breaks, and that's okay. It comes with time and patience and acceptance. Some postures may never come. Just working with your body and freeing your mind. Take your hands to heart center, remembering your intention, feeling a lot of gratitude. We will close with the sound of Om. Inhale. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Let me know in the comments how you're doing, how the length of the class is working, if I should start omitting some of the postures as it gets longer and longer, or if you're okay with that, just let me know. And subscribe if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up, and I hope to see you next time.